Guys, welcome to my channel. It's Jade here and I hope you all are doing well. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from what I usually do, and it's basically just a video about how I was able to acclimatize my skin to Canadian conditions. Now I'm sure you guys are like, which is Canadian condition again? To be honest, it's because I think there were several things that impacted my skin. I think it wasn't just the weather. I think it was also just new environments and also like the water. Like there are several things. So that's why I'm just going to say conditions as a whole. But I will definitely tell you guys the things that I think were the major culprits in my own specific case. And I'll just let you know how I was able to navigate all that skin higgy haga. Anyway, just to give like a little disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist. This is just my own experience of how my skin behaved when I got to Canada and how I was able to get it back to a good place. So if you feel like this video is helping you in any way, you can decide to do what I did. That's your personal decision, okay? I'm not advising you, I'm just sharing my personal experience. Okay, so before I go to what actually happened to me in Canada, I'm going to talk about how my skin has been in the past so that you guys can have a better appreciation for what I experienced when I got here. So originally, honestly, I've never been somebody that has, you know, skin issues. Like I never really had a lot of breakouts growing up. When I was in school, I used to have a bit of breakouts here just because of you know, threading and all those things you do to your skin. If you guys don't know what threading is, it's basically like using a thread to get rid of your eye or to shape your eyebrow hair. You can look it up, you'll see videos of it. Obviously I wasn't doing it by myself, I was getting it done by professionals, but no matter what I did, I always had breakouts here. I would obviously get like the odd, you know, hormonal breakout, maybe when your period is coming, those kind of random ones, but I've never really been somebody that has like major breakouts. I did end up getting a major breakout though when I think I used one supplement called biotin, you guys. It was brutal. But yeah, I guess that's just the general history of my face. It has actually been okay, but I would get the odd breakouts. Then to get my skin to a place that it didn't really have much of those breakouts anymore, I had like a very simple regimen that I was using in Nigeria. I actually have a video on that and I will link it somewhere in this video for you guys to check out if you want to. That has been my original skin regimen and it's very good. It's for people with I don't know if I want to say people with sensitive skin, but I would consider myself as somebody that has a bit of sensitive skin, and this regimen is very gentle. I actually got this idea from this creator called James Welsh. He makes skincare content here on YouTube, and he really got me into the idea of doing gentle skincare, and that has been revolutionary for my skin. Like my skin has always been like soft, supple, minimal breakouts, like very rare case. All of this was while I was in Nigeria. I'm setting the scene for what I experienced when I got here. So basically coming here, I guess I kind of anticipated that I might have some skin issues, especially because this is something that I had seen online. Some people have mentioned this, that what Canada did to my skin. But I thought I would not have that issue because we did not come in winter. We came at the end of July and I was like, okay, you know what? You know, I shouldn't have these issues because I'm coming when the weather is nice and warm, just like in Nigeria. It should be the same thing. But you guys, I can attest to the fact that it was definitely not the same thing. And that's why I didn't say Canadian weather, Canadian conditions, because there are different things here that can actually impact your skin, from the food to the water, a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so fast forward to me getting here. I started having like irritation, not necessarily like big breakouts, but just like the skin was rough. The skin was rough. Like apart from even like breakouts, the skin was just, even the parts where you don't see an active pimple, the skin would just be rough to the touch. And for me, I felt like that had a lot to do with, you know, different environments, water, etc. And shout out to Dami, by the way, because that was one of the things that she mentioned to me, that it must be the water, because the water is very different from the water in Nigeria. See, sometimes we don't appreciate what we have in the countries that we're coming from. Where I'm coming from, I used to live on the mainland in Lagos, Nigeria. The water there is excellent. It is excellent. I'm not talking about Lekki water. GRA Ikeja, the water is excellent. Good for your skin, wonderful. Like direct from the, without treatment, without direct borehole water. Anyway, I digress. So basically, I'm just going to give you guys what I think caused my own situation. As you can see, I have my bare face because I want you guys to have an appreciation for everything I'm saying. And while I still have dust here and there, the skin is now smooth, like it's flat. All these ones are the battle scars. They are the battle scars of the things I suffered, but it is now like very much flat. There is no active irritation, rashes or pimples anymore. So right now I'm on the road to recovery. Will I really call it recovery? I've recovered, basically. I've recovered, but I guess right now I'm just waiting for the dark spots to fade away. I don't know if I'm going to bother with using anything, or I should just allow time to do its thing. I will decide that later, but basically my skin is doing fine now. Let me just quickly show you what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can really see much because sometimes you won't be able to really see, especially because of the dark spots. You may be a bit distracted by that, so you may not have appreciation for the difference. And I'm not so sure I have like before pictures where the irritation was really showing. So I felt, back to what I felt the issue was. My friend Dami told me that she thinks it's probably the water, and I believe she was right, because when you take a shower with okay, you know what, let me even be specific. In Ottawa, where I currently live, the water that comes out of the tap directly is hard water. Now, for you guys who don't know, hard water is when the water is very harsh because of chemicals that are used to treat the water. Now, mind you, this water is good. Like, it's good for bathing, it's good for drinking. Some people put, you know, filters when they are drinking it, but it's actually safe water. There's nothing wrong with the water. But because of those harsh chemicals, if you are somebody that has sensitive skin, and for most people on their face, you are going to have some form of reaction because your skin is used to fresh water, like I said, from Nigeria, and now is experiencing water that is full of chemicals. So your body is definitely more likely going to react to a new type of, you know, substance being on the body. And how I knew, or what even confirmed it for me that it was the water, is because when you shower, the water will not, so you know when you bath and then it's quickly clean, this one is as if it's still slimy, like your body is not like fully getting rid of that soap. And I believe it's those chemicals that are still resting on the skin, and that is what is allowing, you know, you to have breakouts and rashes and all of that on your face. So that is what I experienced. I think the major culprit was the water, and it was allowing my skin to be very rough, to have breakouts and just be like stinging, irritated. And yeah, that is what I experienced when I got here. Now, moving on to how I was able to actually battle the whole situation. So for the longest time, I was in denial that, oh, it's just you know, I'm just getting used to the new environment. I didn't want to change anything. My friend had told me, Dami, she had mentioned that it's most likely the water and I should get filters. But that time, due to ignorance, I thought I had to go and get like industrial size filters, like the type they have back in Nigeria that they use for that Lekki water. Like in my mind, I thought we were going to have to get like water treatment plant, something like that. But it turns out you just need a fixture for like your shower head and for your sink where you wash your face at night. So that is literally all I did in terms of the water. I just got filters for the shower head and also a filter for the sink where I wash my face at night. And I can say categorically that that definitely made a huge difference. And the reason why I'm actually highlighting this is because I did use some products to help me repair my skin barrier. However, I started using these products before I actually installed the filters, and I did not get any good I didn't get any, what's the word? Like, I didn't see any good results until I actually introduced the filters. That's when the skincare products now started being able to work. Because if you are still being exposed to the thing that is causing the problem, obviously it's going to be hard for the skincare products to do their job. So now let's move on to the skincare products that I actually used. Now, one thing I would say is that before you get any skincare, make sure that you have a good understanding of the ingredients that are required to help you do whatever it is you want your skin to do. Because if you don't have an understanding of the ingredients, you will think, oh, it's the most expensive thing that is available that you must buy, or anything anybody tells you is what you use. So what I ended up doing, I went to go and research what are the ingredients that actually help with repairing of skin barrier. And why do I even have all this information? Because like I said, I used to, I follow this guy, James Welsh, on YouTube, and he talks a lot about skin barrier. Honestly speaking, see, education is key. Education is key. This is not one video that will say, oh, 5 steps, 3 steps. See, education is key. Take time to understand what you are going through, what you're experiencing, and that's when whatever solution you're doing is actually going to work for you. You will be able to troubleshoot and figure out what is going on with your skin when you are educated with the basics. I'm not saying that you should go and learn dermatology or go and be a dermatology major, but at least have the basics of what your skin needs, because that way you'll be able to even choose products for yourself and know what works. Not that you just do whatever somebody is proposing to you without understanding what works for you specifically. So I went to research, okay, what are the ingredients that I can use to repair the skin barrier? And alongside doing that, I stopped all actives. So I used to have like a serum I used to correct like dark spots. I stopped using that. I had to remove everything that I feel or everything I felt could actually like aggravate what was already happening. So I first of all removed all actives. The only other place I also had actives was in my cleanser. So I used the CeraVe salicylic acid cleanser, and I've always been using that, as you will see in my skincare video that I posted some years ago. That is something I also reduced. I didn't remove it altogether. What I did was to supplement it with the Ordinary foaming, not Ordinary is a brand, you guys might be confused, but with the CeraVe cleanser that does not have salicylic acid. So I have two. I use the salicylic acid one in the morning when I'm having my shower, and then in the evening I use the one that does not have salicylic acid inside it when I'm doing my nighttime routine. So this really helps with at least reducing how much of salicylic acid ends up on my face in a day. So I guess I won't say I completely removed everything in that regard. I still left the one that had, salicylic acid for my cleanser. But the thing is, when it comes to cleansers, it's going to be washed off your face anyway. So you can't really compare the impact of that kind of active to something like a serum or a moisturizer that is going to be on your face throughout the day. So I just thought it was important for me to mention that I actually still have one active, which is salicylic acid, but it is inside my morning time face cleanser. and it's something that gets washed off my face anyway. It's just supposed to help me properly, you know, remove all the gunk and junk of the skincare that I must have used like the night before. There's also something I did not mention, and that is exfoliation. So another thing I had to do was to stop exfoliating my skin. Exfoliation is supposed to help you remove dead skin from your face, but whether you use chemical exfoliation or physical exfoliation, you are going to irritate the skin further if you continue exfoliating. So that is one thing that I really clamped down on. Normally I don't even use, you know, physical exfoliants. I use that for the rest of my body, but I use the AHA BHA exfoliating serum from The Ordinary. That's what I use normally for exfoliation. So I stopped using every form of exfoliation on my face, and I guess that's even why like my spots are still remaining a little bit, because I've not been like really dealing with my dead skin that's still on my face. But reducing that will really help you, you know, will help to allow your skin to recover. Because when you exfoliate, you are removing layers of skin basically. So that's one thing, very important thing you also need to do. You need to clamp down clamp down on your exfoliation until your skin has gotten back to a state where you feel comfortable with doing that. If at any point you are feeling stinging, like your face is stinging to the touch, or you put something, a product on your skin and you can feel it like burning, that means your skin barrier is depleted and it's not time to do any form of exfoliation. So leave that to when you are done, you know, when you feel like your skin has recovered. And even now that I feel my skin has recovered a bit, I do not intend to do any exfoliation for at least another month or so, because I really want my skin to really get into being comfortable before I start trying to do any other exfoliation. Anyway, so I did research to find out, okay, what are the things that help to rebuild skin barrier? I obviously could see that my skin barrier had been compromised because of all the irritations, how it would sting to the touch, how it was rough. I knew that definitely my skin barrier is out of the window. So I looked for things that have ceramides, peptides, I think I've forgotten the other things, but ceramides and peptides was very important for me. And I also wanted something that has niacinamide, because niacinamide helps to control the production of sebum on your face. So apart from all the irritation, I also don't want to have breakouts based on buildup of sebum under my skin. So those are the 3 ingredients I really wanted to make sure that I had in whatever product I'm getting. So I decided to get 2 products. One was a serum. This serum actually has these 3 ingredients as well, and something called centella extract, I believe, which also helps with skin barrier. I will show you guys the product, or I'll put a link to it in the description box so you guys can check it out. It's actually a Korean skincare product, and it's very, you cannot get it very easily in your major stores. You have to get it from Korean skincare stores. So, but yeah, that is the very first thing I did. Got a serum that can help me do that, and I also got a moisturizer that also had those ingredients in it, and that is the Skin Fix moisturizer. The problem though is that that Skin Fix is very expensive, you guys. It's expensive. I think it cost about 70 Canadian dollars, if a little less than that, I think. So that one, that's for the biggest bottle jar. It's expensive, you guys. But before I spent that money, I first of all tried the small one. I first of all tried the small one, which was about like $25 or so. And then I now graduated to the big one after I had seen that it was doing the work it was meant to do. But I will say, however, with that one, a little does go a long way. So it's not going to be something that you'll be buying regularly. It is very powerful, I believe. I believe it's very powerful. It's one of those skincare that is actually worth that money. Anyway, so those are the two skincare brands that skincare products that I introduced that I believe has made my skin recover. And you guys, I can testify that if you use filters for your water system and you remove actives and you use skin barrier repairing products, you are likely to recover from any irritation that you have experienced by coming to Canada and experiencing their hard water. I believe that you will actually be able to recover. In terms of timing, I would say, look at me, I'm just checking my calendar. I came in like the end of July, so it's been August, September, October, November, and I actually started having these issues, let me say, for the first month and a half, and it took me like another month or so to really discover how to address this issue. Like I said, I was in denial, and then I guess the last 2 to 3 weeks right now is where I have really started seeing the impact of these skincare products on my face. I'm really seeing the improvement, and I'm really happy with it. So again, this is my skin, guys. I don't know if you can really see much. I tried not to use any makeup so that you guys can have an appreciation for what my face looks like now. Like I said, I know that there are dots and spots there, but these are just battle scars. Right now, touching the skin is so smooth. There is nothing that is popping out of anywhere, no developing, rash or anything. It is all good. So I hope you guys have been able to benefit from this. If you're somebody who is currently experiencing this, or somebody who is planning to come to Canada and you're worried about things you have seen on the internet about Canadian water and skin, this is how you can prevent or treat the issues when and if they arise. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You can also follow me on my social if you want to hear from me more regularly. Thanks for watching. Bye.